The notion of calling me an anti-Semite is so absurd that the listening audience to the show knows what a lie that is. But like the outside people, they don't know. Not everybody listens to the show on a daily basis or enough to know. But you're seeing it now, right? You're seeing it. Like the people who have made that their calling card to just look at all conservatives with doubts about Israel and say, you're an anti-Semite. They're failing. Their shows are failing. And I do think it's in part why we saw what I consider to be very sad news about the Daily Wire on Friday, where they had mass layoffs. And this is a company that for most of its existence has been near and dear to my heart. I still have a lot of friends over there and I am rooting for them. And even though I've had this massive blow up with Ben Shapiro that he initiated, I've never been anything but good to Ben. And we were dealing with each other behind the scenes in a very lovely manner before he attacked me publicly at the Turning Point thing in December. I'm rooting for Ben too. I don't want to see Ben suffer. I don't want to see his company implode, but it certainly seems to be. There are reports of 50 to 60% of the staff having been laid off. They officially denied it. But I think the problem with the Daily Wire is multifaceted. They invested tens of millions of dollars in this dragon movie, which they kept behind a paywall. It had no chance of paying off for them. It was just absolutely foolhardy. They expanded into, they sort of like, they had mission creep, Emily. Like now they're selling razors and they're selling chocolate and they're selling, all sorts of different products as opposed to just like doing the news, and they started to do all this like children's programming and movie making. And it's like, I think if they just stuck to their core mission of doing the news in a more fair and balanced way and hadn't gotten hung up on all these other projects. And yes, indeed, the Israel first nature of Ben's coverage in particular.
Honestly, I do not have a problem with him expanding into doing all the things that he was doing or that he's doing. I think it's a great thing to do it, but it's expanding too fast. Or how can I explain that? I would doing movies is a great idea. You know what I'm saying? Making movies, investing in the movies is a great idea. But it is not a small project, man. It is not a small project. It is a big, big, big thing. You cannot just go saying if you really want to make movies, making it legit, you're talking about hundreds of millions, okay? Hundreds of millions, bro. Hundreds of millions. Because you have to set up a studio just for that. You have to, there's so much into it. I mean, I'm hoping he was capable of doing it and that it is not the cause of the whole company sinking. You get what I mean? But maybe expanding was one of the reasons, but I think it's been the way he talks, the things that he says. You get what I'm saying? And then attacking Candace publicly, the audacity, the confidence that is not needed. Okay, I love confidence, but there are different kinds of confidences, if you would say. And Ben, your mouth is even a bigger problem.
I think they'd be fine. I think, in the off election years, it's always a little slower for, any podcast. So I'm sure that's a factor, but I think they would have withstood that no problem had these other factors not been there. I just think in general, the right doesn't take well to name calling, culling of the movement, anyone declaring themselves like the godfather of it, who will decide who gets to stay and who gets to go. According to Ben Shapiro, Steve Bannon had to go as of December. So did Tucker. I got lumped in there as an alleged coward in the world of Ben Shapiro for not being outspoken on his favorite issues. Barry Weiss doubled down with her free press. None of these people is doing well. The free press, not doing well. CBS is having the lowest ratings it's had in between 25 and 100 years. I don't even know, it hasn't been around for 100 years.
People are starting to open their eyes about this news stuff. Like, I do not believe in the news. I mean, when is the last time anybody out there, you watched the news and you felt good? When is the last time? I don't watch the news, and if I happen to see something or listen to something, it is not good. It's nothing good. So people starting to, people already have a lot to deal with. They already have a lot to deal with, and then they do not want more in their heads. They do not want more. The news is just not helpful.
In a century, though, basically, since its formation under her leadership, and she's pushing all these messages on her evening newscast and her morning newscast. The people are rejecting it.
Of course.
They're rejecting it.
Of course.
Yeah, I think that's right. And I mean, at the Daily Wire, one way that you can tell, I think people are rejecting it, is that, to their credit, they've allowed Michael Knowles and Matt Walsh to kind of openly dissent from some of Ben's arguments, and sometimes they do it on their live streams, which I think, again, that is a good thing, and it tells me that they know, even among their own audience, that it's sort of controversial to be totally embracing every single element of Ben's arguments. I think they also, I mean, it's an interesting new media lesson. We don't totally have the full story publicly yet, but the growth was too fast, and you have to have diversified, I think, revenue streams. Whereas if a big chunk of your revenue is based around Ben, and you want to build a big media company that does movies and TV shows and documentaries, and also has a news website. And remember, they had a publishing imprint for a while. They were doing books and children's programming, and you're reliant on probably streams of investor money, but your big pull is still Ben. At one point it was Candace. That's a really rickety foundation.
At one point it was Candace. Candace left. She left with the people that were watching her. Now Ben, he should have gotten a YouTube channel for himself. Doesn't he have one? Maybe he has one. I do not know. He probably has one. If he had a YouTube channel for himself, and then he was on there pushing the Israel stuff, I think that would have been a good idea. You get what I'm saying? That would have been a good idea. Push it on there. Just be you. Now you let the media company be the media company that does not just agree with everything Israel is doing. I mean, you can still agree with everything that Israel is doing, but how is that working out for you? You get what I'm saying? All separate, not even having a channel for himself, create a different channel that is Daily Wire Israel or the Daily Wire whatever, something that is not the main thing that brings in the main money. Make sense? Yes, makes sense.
For a media company in the long term. And so I think they ran into some trouble with that, where it was just, to your point, mission creep way too fast as well. Creep is probably not the right word, but mission sprinting in different directions. And it was not a good foundation for success.
Yeah, I mean, he's doubled down on it many times. Just when President Trump decided to attack Tucker and yours truly and some others who have been skeptics of the Iran war repeatedly in some tweets a couple weeks ago, Ben retweeted his Turning Point speech, calling for us to be excommunicated from the conservative movement, saying, now seems like a good time to re-up this. Okay, all right, I see. You haven't moved at all off of your position that you get to dictate who's part of the conservative movement, who isn't. Meanwhile, I'd been at Fox News for 16 years before anybody even knew his name. Some of us have been in this media space for a very long time, fighting very important fights for decades. That includes Tucker Carlson for sure.
I do not think a lot of people like Ben, man. I do not think a lot of people like that guy. Why is that? Why? Maybe his actions, his mouth. I don't know what it is. The things that he says, the things that he's doing. A lot of people do not like him. You can see online, a lot of people do not like him. If you're a face of a company and a lot of people do not like you, I mean, not everybody is supposed to like you, but when a lot of people do not like you, that is a problem. You are not supposed to be the face of the company anymore. It can be your company still, but you being the face of it, no, not a chance, bro. Marketing purposes, not a chance. He is a problem. Gotta remove him. Don't they have a board over there? People on a board that decide who, what? I mean, he's a creator, but still he can be moved, put aside for the good of the company and everybody else in it.
It also includes yours truly, and others, and he decided to double down on it. So it's like, okay, when your business is hemorrhaging, maybe cast a wide net. Maybe launch your criticisms on an individualized basis. Take on Tucker's arguments, take on mine, whatever. You think I'm not saying enough about X? Okay, you can spend your show talking about that if you want. I'm sure your audience doesn't really want to spend its day hearing about that, but okay, you could do that. As opposed to, I shall decree who is in and who is out. I appoint myself master of the conservative movement. That doesn't work. Liberals may like that shit, but conservatives don't. Maybe the neocon Israel First crowd likes it, but nobody else does, Emily.
Well, and listen, like, we've been inside these conservative movement spaces. Like, one of the big messages that I have to people inside the conservative movement, also like Republican and Democratic Party, like, look at what just happened in Maine, where Janet Mills, the sitting governor, had to drop out of the race because Graham Plattner was so powerful. Janet Mills had all the money. They thought it was ridiculous that Plattner would ever win, and she didn't even make it to the primary. A lot of that is because institutions are less powerful than personalities now. So you can't say that, oh, we have to defer to the power of this institution. Like, remember when National Review did this to the Birchers? That doesn't work on younger people. It doesn't work on Americans anymore. It may have been true. It was true in the 70s and the 80s with William F. Buckley, but it's just not the same anymore. The institutional power is different. And so you have to make arguments. You have to appeal to individuals, and you have to have those arguments with individuals, not with institutions, and you can't just defer to that stuff anymore.
This same crowd did this to Pat Buchanan, whose ideas have been vindicated 110%, whom I've read a lot of over the past year. He has so many insightful things to say about America's role in the world, about our foundational goals, about what's happening with foreign influence, yes, from the Israel lobby and others as well, and how we kowtow to them. Thanks for watching this clip.
Thank you, Megyn Kelly. Shout out to Megyn for this video, man. What do you guys think about this Ben stuff? What do you guys think about this Ben situation? Do you guys think Ben is gonna make it back up? The Daily Wire. Do you guys think the Daily Wire is gonna make it back up? Rebranding, man. They need to rebrand it. Too many. He's been doing like too many things have been happening in the past 3, 4, 5 years with the Daily Wire. You get what I'm saying? 4 years. I would say probably 4 years. A lot of things have been happening. And then I heard Candace made a video about Ben saying something about the Daily Wire, something that he stole something sometimes. I don't remember. You know, if I had a clip, I would play it for you. But yeah, she made something like that. I may be back again with some more videos. If you're new here, make sure not to subscribe to this channel. Appreciate you guys watching. Yes, sir.
Si vous saviez pas, maintenant tout le monde le sait bien. Ça va aller. Si ça va pas, travailler tous les jours, ça ira. La 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 la.